Picture this. You're walking down a beautiful street in Europe, camera in hand, when suddenly, you realize your wallet is gone. Or maybe a friendly local offers to help, but by the end of the night you're stuck with a $500 bar bill. These aren't rare stories. They're tourist traps, designed to take your money, your belongings, or even your safety. Today, we're exposing the world's most dangerous tourist scams, and how you can avoid becoming the next victim. First up, the classic, pickpockets. It's a crime as old as currency itself, but it has evolved into a sophisticated art form in the world's most popular destinations. The world's most famous attractions often double as the world's busiest hunting grounds. Why? Because you're distracted. You're in awe of the history, overwhelmed by the sounds and smells, and focused on getting that perfect photo. This sensory overload is exactly what thieves rely on. They don't look like villains from a movie. They look like everyone else, blending seamlessly into the chaos. Take public transport, for instance. A crowded metro in Paris or Rome is a pickpocket's paradise. As the train pulls into a station, a team might create a bottleneck at the door, intentionally bumping into you. In that brief, chaotic moment of pushing and squeezing, a hand can slip into your pocket or bag. By the time you realize your phone or wallet is missing, the doors have closed, and the thieves have vanished onto the platform. On the streets, the tactics are more theatrical. In Barcelona's famous Las Ramblas, thieves often work in highly coordinated groups. It's a performance. One person, the distractor, might drop a handful of coins, ask you for directions with a large map, or have a performer suddenly engage you. While your attention is diverted, a second person, the lifter, makes the grab. Before you can process the interaction, they've passed your wallet to a third member, the runner, who is already disappearing into the crowd. It's a swift, professional operation. At the Trevi Fountain in Rome, the distraction is built in. Tourists are so focused on the ritual of tossing a coin over their shoulder for good luck that they become easy targets. But it's not just about the coin toss. Be wary of other common ploys, like the friendship bracelet scam. Someone will approach you, tie a bracelet onto your wrist with lightning speed, and then aggressively demand payment. The ensuing confusion and argument is the perfect cover for an accomplice to pick your pocket. So, how do you protect yourself from becoming another statistic? It's about making yourself a less appealing target. Think in layers of security. First, secure your valuables. Never keep your wallet or phone in your back pocket. That's an open invitation. Front pockets are better, but a determined thief can still access them. The safest option is a money belt or neck wallet worn under your clothing for your passport, extra cash, and backup credit cards. Your daily spending money can go in a more accessible but still secure pocket. Second, manage your belongings. Use a crossbody bag with a zipper and wear it in front of your body, not dangling behind you. In crowded places, rest your hand on it. When you sit down at a cafe, never hang your bag on the back of your chair or leave your phone on the table. Keep your bag on your lap. And if a stranger suddenly spills something on you and offers to help clean it up, firmly refuse and walk away. It's almost always a setup to get their hands on you and your valuables. Landing in a new country? The mix of jet lag and excitement is intoxicating, but this moment of disorientation is exactly what scammers are banking on. The first and most common trap waits right outside the airport doors, preying on your fatigue and eagerness to get to your hotel. It's a global issue, with studies showing that airport transit scams are among the most frequently reported frauds by international travelers. It all begins with a seemingly friendly face and a simple question: "Need a taxi?" These aren't official drivers. They'll approach you directly, bypassing the official queue, sometimes with a fake ID badge to appear legitimate. They promise a cheap ride or a special flat rate to the city center, a deal that sounds too good to pass up. Once you're in the car, the real scam begins. The meter will be broken, forcing you to accept their inflated price at the destination. Or, they'll take you on an outrageously long scenic route, turning a 20-minute trip into an hour-long tour of back alleys, all while the meter ticks higher. At your destination, they might add bogus charges for luggage or a non-existent airport exit fee. The pressure is immense, and they can become aggressive, leaving you feeling intimidated and overpaying by as much as 5 times the standard fare. This web of transit deception extends beyond taxis. In bustling hubs like Bangkok, Delhi, or Rome, another scam thrives near train and bus stations. You'll be approached by a helpful local who informs you that the ticket office is closed, sold out, or that there's a special, faster tourist bus leaving right now. They create a sense of urgency, rushing you to a nearby, unofficial travel agency. These pop-up offices are designed to look real, but they sell counterfeit tickets at inflated prices. You might be handed a worthless slip of paper, or a ticket for a non-existent service. By the time you realize you've been duped, the seller is long gone with your money, and your travel plans are in ruins. So, how do you navigate this minefield? The key is preparation and skepticism. For taxis, your best defense is technology and official cues. Before you leave home, download trusted ride-sharing apps popular in your destination like Uber, Bolt, or Grab. If you prefer a traditional taxi, go to the designated official taxi stand. Look for clear signage and a formal queue. Never follow a driver who solicits you. For bus and train tickets, only buy from the source, the official station counters, or the official website of the national rail or bus company. Ignore anyone on the street who tells you a station is closed or offers a special deal. A firm "no thank you" and walking away is your most powerful tool. Your journey should be about adventure, not anxiety. This next scam is one of the oldest in the book, but it's brutally effective because it preys on our desire for genuine human connection while traveling. It starts innocently enough. A charming local approaches you, maybe near a famous landmark. They speak excellent English and strike up a conversation about your travels. After a few minutes of friendly chat, they pop the question, "Hey, I know this great local spot, not one of the tourist traps. Want to grab a drink?" It seems so authentic. You're tired of crowded tourist sites and overpriced souvenirs. This feels like a real cultural experience, a chance to see the city through a local's eyes. So you agree. They lead you away from the main streets, down a quiet alley you'd never have noticed on your own. The conversation flows easily. They ask about your life back home, making you feel like you've made a new friend. This is all part of the act, designed to lower your guard. You arrive at a bar. It might be a quiet, dimly lit place or surprisingly flashy. The first red flag appears. There are no menus, or the menus they hand you have no prices. Your new friend confidently orders a round of drinks for you both. Soon they might be joined by a couple of their own friends, often very friendly accomplices who also begin ordering expensive-looking cocktails, rapidly driving up the tab. After a drink or two, your guide gets a sudden, urgent phone call. Or they excuse themselves to go to the restroom, and they never come back. Their friends might linger for another drink before making their own excuses and disappearing, leaving you all alone. That's when the other shoe drops. The bartender presents you with the bill. Your heart sinks as you see the total. That single beer costs $50. The cocktails were $150 each. The grand total? It could be $300, $500, or in some reported cases well over $1,000. And if you refuse to pay, that's when the friendly atmosphere evaporates. Large, intimidating bouncers suddenly appear. They'll block the exit and threaten to call the police, who may be unhelpful or even side with the establishment. Most victims are pressured into paying, sometimes even being escorted to an ATM. This scam is notoriously common in tourist hubs. While it's infamous in places like Prague, Istanbul, and Shanghai, variations exist all over the world, from the Plaka district in Athens to the nightlife areas of Budapest and Bangkok. So, how do you protect yourself? The number one rule is simple. Never follow a stranger to a second location, especially a bar or club you don't know. If someone suggests a place, insist on looking it up on your phone first. Check Google Maps and read the reviews. A legitimate bar will have an online presence. If the reviews mention scams, that's your answer. Before you order anything, always ask to see a menu with clearly listed prices. If they can't provide one, or if you feel any pressure at all, just walk away. It's better to seem rude than to be robbed. A genuine local who wants to befriend you will understand your caution. Sometimes the trap is hiding in plain sight. Ever seen those costume characters in Times Square? They'll pose for a photo, then demand $20 or more. In Marrakesh, snake charmers put snakes around your neck before demanding cash. And in Venice, gondola rides can skyrocket if you don't agree on a price up front. How to avoid it? Always ask the price before snapping photos or accepting services. Negotiate up front in markets or tourist areas. And remember, if someone approaches you aggressively, it's usually a trap. This one is terrifying because it feels official. In parts of Eastern Europe and Asia, scammers dress as police officers. They stop tourists, demand to see passports, then claim you've broken a law. The solution? A cash fine. It works because tourists panic. Nobody wants legal trouble in a foreign country. How to avoid it? Real police rarely demand cash on the street. Always ask to see official ID. If you feel unsafe, say you'll go with them to the nearest police station. Not all traps happen in person. Some start before you even pack your bags. Fake Airbnb listings and fraudulent hotel booking sites trick tourists with beautiful photos. But the property doesn't exist. By the time you realize it, your money's gone. How to avoid it? Only book through official apps and verified sites. Always check multiple reviews, and be cautious of deals that seem way too good to be true. Traveling is one of the most rewarding experiences in the world. But these traps, they can turn your dream vacation into a nightmare. Stay alert, trust your instincts, and remember, if something feels too good to be true, it probably is. Smash that like button if you learned something new, and subscribe for more insider travel tips that could save your next vacation.